Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy Kilroy. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at how to get experimental weapons in Generation 0. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into this. So like a few things to know about this before we jump into it. So you will need to be level 25. Well, sorry, your character will need to be level 25 before you even have a chance of them dropping an experimental. I did not know that. I found that out the hard way. But yeah, so level 25 or higher. And they can only be farmed from rivals or the Reaper, but technically the Reaper is a rival. But anyway, yeah, you can't find them randomly around the map, or they can't be dropped just willy-nilly. It has to be a rival. But yeah, guys, so first things first, you'll need to start spawning in rivals. Basically, now rivals are just mini bosses that are way harder than the usual enemies you come across. So in order to spawn them in the region, you'll simply just have to run around whichever region you choose. I prefer Farmlands region. It's huge because you can actually have up to 8 rivals in said region. It's easier to have 8 rivals spread across a larger region than such a small region, because chances are you're just going to bump into each other. There's not going to be as many enemy tanks spawning in that aren't rivals, if that makes sense, because there's not a lot of area for them to spawn. So perfect for me. I choose Farmlands region. You guys can yeah, do whatever you guys feel comfortable with. But yeah, so once you start spawning them in, again, it's just random. Just go around killing as many enemies as you can. There's no like perfect way to do it. It's just random. Just kill. Doesn't matter whether it's the big enemies, the hunters, the runners, tanks, harvesters. Just go around killing everything you see, and eventually they will start spawning. Now basically you do want to level them up so they come into your region at level 1. Now to level them up, again, same way as we get them in, like to spawn them in, you just have to kill everything. Again, now for this one, I would suggest killing the big bad boys, the harvesters and the tanks. And again, the better the class of the tank or harvester, the more XP that the rivals will actually get upon you killing them. And again, the higher the class of the rival, the higher chances you have of them dropping a experimental weapon. But yeah, so like for example, like you're not going to choose a prototype class rival or like a hunter class rival over like an apocalypse class tank. Like apocalypse class tanks, the second strongest tanks in the game. Like it's going to take you way longer to defeat them. They're going to be harder, much stronger, which obviously means their loot pool is going to be much more generous. You have a higher chance of the tank dropping the experimental weapon. So just keep that in mind. It is pretty grindy. I know that's not a word. I'm bad at English. But yeah, it reminds me of Borderlands, like farming for the legendaries, like when it's like a 0.001% chance or some shit. Like it's pretty hard. It took me quite a while. And the first experimentals that I got were the clothing, which I can show you guys. Over here is what I'm wearing right now. So I got the now it's not just one pair of pants. I got 3 pairs of pants in desert camo, green camo, and gray, and I got the exact same in the jackets as well. I only got 2 actually, sorry, but how ridiculous is that? So on my 6th attempt, my 6th experimental drop is when I got my first actual weapon, which was the 12 gauge pump. But yeah, it took me like 20 rival tanks level 4 to actually get him to drop. It was ridiculous. So just be prepared for the the time consuming it takes to actually get these bad boys. But yeah, so lastly, I do want to mention the fact that I want to talk about the Reaper, which the Reaper, I mean, I'll probably go over in depth in another video how to spawn in the Reaper. This bad boy down here. Now the Reaper is the strongest enemy in the game, strongest boss, mob, whatever you want to call him. He's the strongest badass motherfucker in the game. Anyway, he's an absolute tank. They don't call him the Grim Reaper for nothing. But yeah, so he's an absolute beast. But if you have the time to spawn him in and to kill him, he actually has a significantly higher chance to drop multiple experimental weapons in one go. but it is, like I said, it is pretty time consuming. So it's whether or not you guys actually have time to farm him and whatnot. And to be honest, it has a pretty bad cooldown as well. Like once you've spawned him in, it might take a few hours for you to spawn him in, say half an hour to kill him. And then I think it has like an hour or 2 hour cooldown before you can spawn him in again. But hey, I digress. The things you do for experimental weapons, right? But yeah, guys, that's really it. That's all there is really to know about spawning in rivals and getting your experimental weapons. So yeah, thanks for watching. As always, smash the like and subscribe button for more how-to videos on Generation 0. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.